Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining me. On this episode of Build Your Own, we're going to build, price, and option a 2019 Mazda CX-9 Touring, as well as learn about the features and other configurations. Before we do, however, I just want to remind you that if you find this build and price review helpful, informative, or entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. The 2019 Mazda CX-9 is one of the most fun to drive vehicles in the midsize SUV class. It earns a top ranking thanks to having one of the nicest interiors in the segment, along with good safety and predicted reliability ratings. Every 2019 Mazda CX-9 comes standard with safety technology such as forward automatic emergency braking and blind spot monitoring, and most trims offer an ample supply of entertainment features including Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Other high-tech features include adaptive cruise control, pedestrian detection, and a 360-degree parking camera that's available in the higher trim levels. The 2019 Mazda CX-9 is a three-row crossover SUV that seats 7 passengers. It's available in a sport trim, that's the base model, has a starting price of $32,280. Then there's a touring model, which we're going to actually build in price on the review here today. That starts at $35,330. Moving up to the next tier up is the Grand Touring that starts at $40,840. And finally, there is a signature trim that starts at $45,365. All 2019 Mazda CX-9s are powered by a 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine that generates 227 horsepower or 250 horsepower with premium fuel, and either way, that engine makes 310 pound-feet of torque. So yeah, maybe if you put in a little more, if you put in the premium fuel, you get 250 horsepower. If you put in, say, 87 octane, your base fuel, you're going to get 227 horsepower. Either way, you get the 310 torque. That engine is paired with a 6-speed automatic transmission. Front-wheel drive is standard on a CX-9, but you can option it with all-wheel drive. The Touring trim is my personal choice. The addition of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto this year makes an even stronger case in this trim's favor. It's really just the second trim up from the bottom. Now that you can use your smartphone for navigation, there's less of a reason to spring for the optional Touring package. So yeah, maybe this trim, the Touring package or the Touring trim level is the way to go, which is why we're going to build and price it. Okay, let's check the gallery real fast, and while we're doing that, let me just mention this real fast. Now, this Mazda CX-9, it's quite nice, but it's got some competition out there. It's got competition from that 2019 Subaru Ascent, the 2019 Honda Pilot EXL, and the 2019 Toyota Highlander XLE. I have done reviews of all three of those SUVs, the competitors that compete directly against, well, this very nice Mazda CX-9, and obviously it's got a beautiful interior. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put links up to those videos right now for the Ascent, the Pilot, and the Highlander. Here they're showing the Apple CarPlay in action. Here's your multimedia scroller, I guess, for your command knob for your infotainment center. I don't know what Mazda calls their infotainment command. Maybe we'll run across the name of it as we go through the features, because after we look at the gallery here, we will check out the features. They are really loving this brown leather, this Napa leather upholstery. It is gorgeous. I don't know if we're going to be able to get the Napa leather on our trim level. We're only doing the Touring trim. So maybe the Napa leather won't be an option for us, but you know, that's okay. All right, so we've gone through the images. Let's move on. Okay, so let's talk features. Let's quickly go through the features of the 2019 Mazda CX-9, and then we'll check out some specifications, and then we'll do our build and price. So first thing they're showing us for the features is obviously they're showing us the Apple CarPlay. Obviously, they're also talking about Android Auto as well. They both kind of do the same thing. You can connect with your phone, do your messages via voice text, got your maps, your music, all that stuff. It's all pretty self-explanatory and all pretty cool. Now, they've got some other things here. These look to be clickable tiles that will give us a little more information about what seamless connectivity and mastering sound. So let's find out about that. Well, we've got our question answered. So the name of Mazda's infotainment is called Mazda Connect. right? It puts all your infotainment, and that's really what they're talking about, is their seamless connectivity that all goes through this Mazda Connect. It's multifunction. Whether you use it's got a touch screen, so that that infotainment system has a touch screen, or you can use this command knob. Either way, it gives you seamless connectivity. So that's what that's all about. Now here's something that's a little upscale. They're talking about really mastering sound isn't about the audio system. It's about the cabin, the quietness of the cabin inside the 2019 Mazda CX-9. They say they use sound dampening materials that are infused throughout the cabin to diminish outside noise while allowing the right amount to help keep you connected to the road. Yeah, you don't want to be so isolated. You do need to hear some outside noises. But they're saying that because of this, music sounds better, conversations are clear, and distraction is minimal. Okay, so yeah, those were some features. Let's talk about these design features, okay? They're telling us that this thing, the Mazda CX-9, well, let's say in the signature trim, that's what comes with the supple Napa leather, the rosewood, the wood. You see the wood veneers down here by the shifter? That's what they're talking about, all about that. We're getting the touring trim, so we're not going to be getting the Napa leather. Are we going to kind of learn about this stuff along the way? Yeah, sure, because maybe you might be interested in this signature. But we're going to do a build on the touring. So let's find out what they want to tell us about the design stuff. Like I said, we're going to move through these features, check out the specs, and then do our build and price. So yeah, we know that we can get a CX-9 with Napa leather interior. Seems that that's only available in the top tier signature trim. I could be wrong, but I highly doubt we can put that on our touring level configuration. They use a veneer that's called Santos Rosewood. Again, this is probably not our tier, but it's worth learning. I did say in the beginning that we were going to learn about the features and other configurations along the way. Well, this is along the way, and we're learning about it. And then they use sculpted aluminum. Cool. Brushed to satin-like smoothness. That is. And so they use aluminum pieces that are brushed aluminum, or brushed to a satin-like finish, and it's sculpted aluminum. So yeah, these are some of the craftsmanship and the materials that are going into the interior of, I'm guessing, just the Signature Series configuration. Although at the end of the day, all the CX-9 in general is going to have a very pleasing and nice interior, because, well, we saw the photos, even though they kept showing the Napa. I'm sure our trim level is still nice. Okay, so that's what they want to tell us about design. Here they're going to tell us about performance with their Sky Active Vehicle Dynamics with G vectoring. This is a technology helps you control the car better. If you get into a corner too hot, or you're trying to leave a corner too hot, this thing can adjust the power delivery and shift the vehicle weight, so that way it can get you through a turn or out of a turn safely. Okay, we've got some other performance features here. Timely torque, unconditional confidence, and Sky Active technology. So let's find out about these three little performance features real fast. This is a cool thing here. Timely torque, and it's smart. And they're very true. It's very right. It's very true. The typical engines do generate most of their power, their torque, really, in the upper RPM range if they're normally aspirated engines, meaning if they don't have a turbo and if they don't have a supercharger. These days, a lot of cars are turbocharged, and so they make their torque a lot lower in the RPM range. Now, this thing is a 2.5 liter four-cylinder. I'm going to assume, we'll check the specs, but I'm going to assume that it's turbocharged. And that's why it's making all 310 pound-feet of its torque down at 2,000 RPMs, because I can't see it being normally aspirated and making 2,000 and making all its torque that low. All right, and so that's why they're saying it's a lot lower than the QX60 from Infiniti, which I have done a build and price review on, and the Acura MDX. So yeah, we'll have to check that in the specs, but I'm pretty sure this is probably a turbocharged motor. Here they're just telling us that there is, like I told you in the beginning, you can get standard front or all-wheel drive. They're just telling us about the all-wheel drive system. Mazda calls it iActive all-wheel drive. It monitors outside temperature, braking patterns, and it's going to adjust the power delivery to give you optional traction before your wheels ever slip, it tells you. Or telling us, anyway. Sky Active technology. It's all about driving dynamics and how great these things feel and how they handle on the road. I can't tell you a whole bunch about Sky Active technology. We're not going to dig down into it. But I have been in a brand new 2019 Mazda 3, and I've also done a build and price review on that. You can always go to the homepage of my channel and just search, because I've done over 430 or 40 videos. So I've probably done the vehicle you're looking for. At any rate, Sky Active technology really gives these cars great handling dynamics, is what it's really all about. Okay, so that was performance features. Let's talk safety features. They say that the 2019 Mazda CX-9 has an available suite, that means optional, of iActiveSense safety features to help you avoid collisions or lessen their impact and alert you to potential hazards. So let's see what these optional safety features are. Okay, there's an available Mazda radar cruise control with stop and go. I've said this in many videos. I can count on one hand how many times I've used cruise control in my life, so it's not really a big deal for me. But yeah, it seems to be a really big thing with the stop and go, where it can all the way stop to traffic and then pick back up. It's pretty cool. It can even slow you down to a stop and your vehicles and then bring you back up to speed. So that's pretty cool. Won't read through all of these. If you want to check through each one of these little paragraphs, just make sure you pause it real quick. Then there's the smart brake support with collision warning. So when traveling at speeds above 10 miles an hour, this system can help detect the vehicles ahead of you and warn you when braking is imminent and necessary. The system can even, well, it can't stop for you, but it can get you prepped for a stop. That's about it. Then there's blind spot monitoring. That's pretty self-explanatory. These are all available features. No, this is standard. Rear cross traffic alert is standard. Right? You're backing out of a parking space at the grocery. You get it. Rear cross traffic alert. Let's go back to this other one. Yeah, blind spot monitoring is also standard. Then, yeah, this isn't available. The ones that sound complicated, the technology features that sound complicated, are the ones that are optional, right? Like smart brake support, right? We went through these other ones. Let's check lane departure warning system. All right, this is an available system. Lane departure warning. Lane keep assist is an available system. It's an option. Adaptive front lighting system, that's an option. You got high beam control, also an option. That should be standard stuff. Advanced smart city brake support. Well, you know what? That's certainly going to be an option here. Yeah, this available system helps detect vehicles and pedestrians ahead, right? That's what this thing does. And then you have traffic sign recognition. This feature is really, really cool, but it's an available feature. So there you go. So there's only about 3 of these that's a standard feature. So all the cool stuff is going to be bundled into some other package that you'll certainly have to buy. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. We'll see. Okay, so we're going to check a few specifications here, and then we'll do our build and price. So yeah, down there it says 2.5T. That means turbo. Yeah, it's a turbo engine, and that's why it makes its 310 pound-feet of torque at 2,000 RPMs, which sounds pretty great, but here's the reality. A lot of German sedans and SUVs, they make their torque even lower, 1,600, 1,500, 1,800 RPMs, basically right off of idle. You know, 2,000 is low too. So all of it's pretty sporty. 250 horsepower, estimated combined mixed fuel economy at 28 miles to the gallon. Not bad. Let's see what other specs we can check out here real fast. So we do have some other specs. Exterior specifications, interior, engine and mechanical, safety and security, and packages and options. Let's go right to packages and options. So there's a Touring Premium package. This is going to give us the Bose audio system, LED fog lights, power sliding glass moonroof. It's going to give us, I don't care so much about the Sirius XM traffic junk. That's a lot of stuff. Gives you the Mazda navigation system. Options is just really paint colors, really. So one package is the Touring Premium package. Some of this stuff sounds good, but we'll have to see what the cost is. So that's the packages and options. Over here on engine and mechanical, yeah, there you go. Turbo. It's a turbo engine, and it makes 310 pound-feet of torque at 2,000 RPM because it is a turbo engine. And because it's a turbo engine, that's why the octane rating matters. Not going to get into all of that, but when you run a higher octane for a turbo, usually is going to mean that it's going to make maybe a little bit more horsepower, right? Because you avoid things like knock, ping, and detonation. Okay, let's look at some standard safety features for our touring trim. Looks like we get the rear view camera, hill launch assist, blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist, lane departure warning. Oh, smart city brake support. Okay, we got that. Advanced smart city brake support. Tire pressure monitor, engine immobilizer, side impact door beams. Sounds like we got everything we really need from the safety and security standpoint. Let's see if there's anything else that's notable. Over here on the interior side of things, we got 3-zone climate control. I'm not going to read it all, so if you want to make sure you read the whole thing, just pause the video. I'm just kind of reading things that catch my eye. Got that radar cruise control that I said I didn't care about. Push button start. You got the power rear lift gate. That's cool with programmable height adjustment. I like that. What else do we have? We got a glove compartment. We have a second row armrest, 7-passenger seating. Yeah. Leather wrapped steering wheel, and that does matter. A hard plastic steering wheel is a horrible thing to have to hold on to. Leather wrapped shift knob. Got the 8-inch color display, the Mazda Connect, which is pretty loaded. You got the Bluetooth hands-free with audio streaming capabilities. You got 2 USB ports in the front, 2 in the back. You got an aux jack, right? We got your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You got ambient temperature, clock display, speedometer, all that kind of stuff. And then we got some specs here for your interior and shoulder and hip room and all that. Yeah. So let's actually do the build and price now. I think we're ready. We've learned everything we really need to know about this 2019 Mazda CX-9. It's a 7-passenger SUV. It's got some stiff competition. Let's go build it, see how much it costs to put one in the garage. Well, the first thing I want to say is we're going to do a touring, but we're definitely going to do our touring with all-wheel drive. So right off the bat, well, we don't want the signature. There we go. I guess the signature was selected. So all-wheel drive touring right off the bat is $38,175 just to get it with all-wheel drive. And now we can check these exterior colors. We hadn't had a chance to check the exterior colors, even go through them. This exterior color is called Soul Red Crystal Metallic. It's a $595 upgrade. We've got the Snowflake White Pearl. It's a $200 upgrade. The Machine Gray. It's a $300 upgrade. Sonic Silver. No cost option. No cost paint, I should say. Titanium Flash. Deep Crystal Blue. And then there's Jet Black Mica. You know what? I think I kind of like the, actually I kind of like the Machine Gray Metallic. Kind of feeling the Machine Gray Metallic probably the most. And then we can actually check our interior colors. They've got black leather. Okay, so we got leather at this price point. That's cool. We're certainly not going to go with the sand leather. That's just way too light. So we're going to go with the black leather. Let's move to the next step. I guess we really decide, do we want the $2,390 premium package? We already read about it. It's going to give us the better audio system. We get the LED fog lights. We get a power sliding glass sunroof or moonroof. Front and rear parking sensors. You know, they throw a lot of stuff, and then they throw all that Sirius XM stuff, which doesn't really matter. It really comes down to, do I really want the Bose audio system for $2,300? And I guess the answer to that is probably no. The answer to that is probably no. So let's move on. And yeah, now we can check the accessories. So there's rear seat entertainment, illuminated door sill, trim plates. I like that. We're going to get that. The wheel locks. We're going to get the wheel locks. We're going to get the all-weather floor mats. We'll get, what other accessories do we want? The rear parking, we already have rear parking sensors and all of that. Do we need additional interior lighting? No. We can get the LED fog lights a la carte. There you go, for $450 instead of spending the $2,300 and change. Here's the Mazda mobile start, so we can remotely start our car. Boom. If we wanted the navigation system, we can just add it on for 400 bucks. But we don't need it because we have Apple CarPlay. We can plug in. The splash guards, I like the splash guards that protects the paint. And yeah, that's it. I was surprised. I was hoping that they were going to have the Bose audio system there as an a la carte option, but no. So you see, there you go. You're paying $2,300 for that Bose audio system. All right, well, let's go to the summary then, since there is nothing else to be gotten. Well, there you go. There you go. $40,000 for this bad boy. 2019 Mazda CX-9 Touring all-wheel drive. Started life at $37,000. We added just over $2,200 in options, and now we're looking at $40K out the door, leather seats, and basically all the technology that your safety tech and all that you really want and need at the end of the day. So I like it. I like the Mazda products. I like the Mazda brand. This is a cool vehicle. So yeah, thumbs up there. All right, well, let's wrap this video up. If you found this review of the 2019 Mazda CX-9 Touring All-Wheel Drive SUV helpful, informative, or entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Other than that, I'm going to tell you to have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the very next video.